always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
So we know we are going to need the umbrella this weekend, but should we expect something similar than what we saw yesterday? Casey.
Yeah, I would think it's going to be fairly similar, where we will have certainly some downpours at times, coupled with some dry time. Not going to be a complete washout of a day today, but our rain chances set to remain fairly high as we head into today, tomorrow to end out the weekend, and even into next week at about a 50% chance for your Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Here's the culprit. We've got a front that's stalled to the north of us. Moisture pulling up along it, along with a little bit of extra lift provided from that front, will allow for this just stormier forecast. Scattered storms for today, tomorrow, for your weekend. And that front remains stalled to the north of us as we head into next week. So the stormy pattern continues. We will be on the wet side of this front, the humid side of this front, and the warm side of it. Meanwhile, some drier air will be off to the north. It's a little too soon for us in South Florida to actually see that front push all the way down this far south across the Florida Peninsula. As we take a look at our next weather radar network, we're currently pretty quiet across the metro area. It's actually really not been too bad of a morning. We have had a few showers across the upper Keys. It's going to be the case as we enter the next couple hours, but for the most part, the metro looking dry as we head into about the next hour or so. By about lunchtime, notice we start to see some of those showers and storms begin to develop. That coverage will be increasing as we head towards 1, 2 o'clock. This is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Notice some dry spots with some pockets of heavy rain through 4, 5 o'clock. I do think by about 8 o'clock onward, we'll start to see this kind of diminish a little bit more. So if you have plans to head out maybe a little bit later tonight, I wouldn't rule out a pop-up shower or two, but for the most part, we'll be a little bit drier. A couple spotty showers will be possible through the overnight time frame, and then we do the same thing again tomorrow. If you're heading out to the Berry Farm, the Harvest Festival actually kicks off today. I know it doesn't feel much like fall, but if you want to get into the fall spirit, it's going to be warm and humid, but we will be looking at that chance for some showers and storms towards the afternoon. So a better idea would be to maybe head out a little bit earlier rather than later, with those increasing chances as we head into the afternoon hours. It'll also be the case for tomorrow. Highs today, by the way, near 91 degrees. We'll still be running a couple degrees above average for this time of year. Across the tropics, we are tracking post-tropical system Lee. We've got Tropical Depression 15, Tropical Storm Margot, and a tropical wave that's currently across the coast of Africa. Post-tropical system Lee continues to bring some strong winds, some heavy rain to the New England coast. It is no longer a tropical system. That's what we mean when we say post-tropical. It's actually lost all of its tropical characteristics, but the impacts remain the same. They've got some heavy bands of rain rotating into portions of Maine down through the New England coast. They've also been dealing with some gustier winds gusting right now, in fact, at about 40 miles per hour out towards Augusta. We've got some wind gusts also out towards New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. We've got tropical storm warnings still in effect from Martha's Vineyard up through the coast of Maine, and even including some inland parts of Maine, with those hurricane watches in effect for New Brunswick, the western part of Nova Scotia as well. The system, at least the center of circulation, will eventually be passing over western Nova Scotia, heading into about, I would say, the next about 2-3 hours or so. From there, will continue to work its way off to the north and then eventually northeast, with improving weather across New England as soon as tomorrow. Elsewhere, Tropical Storm Margot set to remain out at sea. We have our new Tropical Depression 15, and we've got this general area that we'll be watching for some possible development, which the National Hurricane Center is giving it a 30% chance of this tropical wave that'll be rolling off the coast of Africa into that area, developing into either a tropical depression or storm. Tropical Depression 15, that should thankfully stay out at sea, will not be a threat to the United States, but it should become our next name system, with that next name being Nigel. Next 7 days locally, featuring those higher rain chances tomorrow and even into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're talking about a 50-50 chance here of seeing some showers and storms. Highs still set to run well above, no, not well above average, but a couple degrees above average, I should say, around 90 degrees or so into next week.